winter.
All right, welcome to the next episode of Tilton the Scales. I'm your host, Nathan Logan. I'm here with my two co-hosts, Chester Fred Bowen III and Walter Hall. Are you guys staying warm up there in the Northeast? I saw, what they call it, well, of course, lake effect weather, but the winter vortex or something like that. It was like an episode out of the
Well,
movies.
we call it cold as fuck. It's been
Yep,
cold as
yep.
fuck. I got a fire going. I'm sitting. You'll notice I'm upstairs again. I got to talk softly, but I'm upstairs again. It's a trade I'll make. I got a fire going. It's cold as shit outside. It's warm as shit inside. It's winter. Like I said earlier. It's an official winter. We've had two different accumulating snowstorms already pre-Christmas. We're gonna have a white Christmas. I'm excited. This is how winter should be. This is how I remember it. This is how we all grew up. This is how it should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Yes, that is how we all grew up. As soon as I had a chance, I couldn't be happier that I'm not in that. At least I know I'm not in it for the next 4 months. I'd love to be there right now and experiencing it a few days and then coming back to Texas and
Heard.
not
Our
necessarily
snowblower
sweating,
broke. It's in the
oh
shop.
man.
So like this last storm, we had to shovel, and I'm a little sick. I got a cold. I'm fighting. It was miserable. It was
Yeah.
like I'm the second storm in. I'm already like, yeah, I love winter, and I'm cheery on the outside, but on the inside, I'm like, oh god, if I have to shovel snow again.
Mhm.
It's good
Yeah,
exercise.
I had to snow blow my entire drive. You guys have been here, right?
Oh my god,
So
you
I
did
had
not? Did you
yeah.
really?
So our old plow guy basically handed his contract off to new people, but like the handoff wasn't very smooth. So our first big snow, I'm like, oh shit, I guess no one's gonna plow. So I had no choice but to snow blow the entire driveway, and I had
Oh
to salt it
shit!
all too.
How
Yeah.
long did that take you?
2.5 hours because then I had to
Oh
salt it
god,
too. Yeah,
did
yeah.
did you snow blow out the spot I planned to park in on Sunday?
Of course I did, Wally. Of course I
Attaboy.
did. I got you. I got you.
Are you guys getting together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This upcoming game is the first time. By the way, is Walter coming?
I don't think so. I
No,
don't think so, unfortunately.
no, that's fair. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
It
But
could still go either way, but as it currently stands, I'd probably say no.
fair enough. But it's the first game that Cameron will watch where he actually understands the stakes. He understands,
Mhm.
so he's watched a lot of football games with me and just been excited when I am, but he actually
Yeah.
truly gets it. So I'm pretty excited for him to see it. He'll be outside for a lot of it, just throwing the football himself, but be exciting.
I don't want to jump into it yet, but it's kind of our Christmas, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm more excited about Sunday than I am about Christmas. And that's
me
no
too.
bullshit.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a big game. Big game. Yeah, like you said, we don't want to jump into it. Is Tim getting on? There he is. I see him now.
Yeah, he said he's gonna get on.
He's on his phone. Maybe it's snowing out where he's at.
It's been a while since we had Tim Constant.
What's going on, buddy? How are you?
Hey, gentlemen. Good to
What's
see
up,
you.
man?
Happy holidays, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, you too. Yeah, thanks for it's been kind of crazy, so haven't been able to get on, but
Yeah. So
got
give us
nothing
a,
going on
Happy to
today.
have you.
give
Yeah.
us an update. What's been going on with you, man?
When's the last time I talked to you guys? More of the
Before
same.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Work. I mean, nothing spectacular. My I came home from a weekend trip, which I guess is kind of noteworthy. So my oldest son, Wyatt, he stayed home because he was working. And I went down to the Springs with my other son for cross-country states. I got home, pulled up in the driveway, and found that he had pulled the trampoline out into the front yard and was jumping off the pitch of the roof onto trampoline.
How old is he?
Yeah.
He's 19.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes
So-
a lot of sense.
Yeah. And so we just sort of nodded and like, okay, well, that's on brand.
Yeah, if that's the worst thing you did, you're doing all right. Like,
You know,
it could be a lot
I
worse
feel,
than
yeah,
that.
I feel like It's kind of similar. When he was 12, he actually got contacted by the police. Long story short, he and a buddy had climbed up on the roof of a school, and he held the door open. The school was canceled this day because there was an alleged shooter who was like, a shooting threat who had threatened to shoot up a school, and so they canceled all the schools in Colorado. Anyway, he thought it would be a good idea to go up, climb up on an elementary school roof. His friend or whoever he was with went inside the school and was like messing with all the lights. Anyway, word got back. No police showed up at the time. Word got back that he was involved. So police came to our house, and so the officer came in, sat down, was talking to Wyatt, and the officer said, Why did you do this?" And the most innocent, honest answer was, "I was trying to be Spider-Man." And you could see the officer actually tear up a little bit. I think he just was not used to having that kind of wholesome, kids being mischievous. Anyway, he had to do like community service or something. But
Damn. I should have said that when I climbed the roof. I was just trying to be Spider-Man.
I was gonna say I thought he was talking about back in the day with you when he started the story. Like,
oh yeah.
I was gonna be like, I didn't know you were with him when that happened.
Yeah, when I drove Chet's car off that embankment.
Oh my God, that was the best. That was the best. I'm up there. I'm upset. I see Tim drive my car off a ledge, basically into the woods. That's perfect stuff.
Yeah, that
All
was
right,
fun.
well, we're just getting started, Tim. So
okay, yeah.
Just wanted to. You got anything else to get us caught up on what's going on with you?
No, not really.
Nothing?
Unremarkable.
All right.
Well, that was pretty remarkable. Like you and I, the first thing we would do back in the day is put the trampoline in the front and do like some Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, like off the roof stuff. So that all makes sense.
Yeah.
With a cube of Mountain Dew.
You know it.
Yeah. Do they make those anymore? I wish they did.
Absolutely. I don't know. I didn't buy a cube, but I had a Code Red like last week, and then I had a craving about a month ago for a Mountain Dew. I was just like, does this still taste all right? It was okay, but I didn't want a second one.
They don't taste as good.
Yeah, they don't.
No,
They don't. Definitely doesn't taste like a second one. I can take one, but it doesn't parch me or fix keep me from being parched, or it's not refreshing at all. So I don't know what we saw in it back then. I don't know. All right, Chet, how you been, man? You kind of got on and we didn't get caught up. So,
dude, things are great. Got Cameron has a birthday party tomorrow, and then we have a flag football game tomorrow night. Last week, oh man, he threw 4 touchdown passes. A lot of every single kid on that team contributed in such a really cool way, and we still lost 41-40 in a playoff game. So now we're in a consolation game this week. But man, that team that we lost 41-40 was undefeated. So as I saw on the other side, this quarterback, he threw it, and this kid, like over his shoulder. I'm like, wait, we're there now? Like, we can do that now? So it'll be fun to see how they all, get better. We had a bunch of kids crying. I helped them out, let them all know that they tried their best, let them all know specifically each one what they did well in that game and what I saw. So I'm hoping tomorrow night we'll do well. The family will do a dinner tomorrow night before we go. 7 p.m. flag game for 9-year-olds.
Nice.
That's way too late.
Well,
I know.
Late, yeah, but
it's
late,
gonna be tough. But we'll take them to dinner first and like do the whole thing, and then got a week off for Christmas, and then we're back at it for the next 8 weeks.
You're leading on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday! I cannot wait for. I cannot wait for Sunday.
What's happening on Sunday?
Oh, the Patriots going to win the AFC East. I mean, compete for the AFC East.
Don't you have a cheerleading competition in the morning too, though?
Possibly. Yep. We still don't know, Wally.
Come on.
Where are we at
because of
Friday?
weather or what?
We're Friday?
What?
Yeah, we're at Friday and we still don't know.
Well, is it because of weather or what's the? Why do?
No, it's just like they know that the parents will do whatever they need to do to get there, so they'll just wait until whenever.
Interesting. That doesn't seem very logical, but the
It's not.
flag football game, the flag football league, is it indoors? It's gotta
Yeah,
be.
oh yeah, it's in Bedford, New Hampshire indoors. Yep.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
That's cool. That's good, man. Man, that's a tough loss when when you score 40 points. Like, who plays defense? Who coaches the defense? It's not you, is it?
No, I don't. I have no business coaching defense, but the guy who does is really good. It was
Well,
just this
maybe
like
everybody
one.
thought you were coaching defense. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow,
Do
wow.
any of the players go both ways? Do they play
Yeah, no,
defense and
Cameron plays
offense?
free safety a lot because he's quarterback. He can see what the other quarterback's going to do, so they put him at free safety a lot. Couple of the kids, there's one kid who's actually a really good backup quarterback who also
Yeah.
plays corner. So we got to, yeah, no, we have a few kids that play both ways. Proud of them all.
Is there?
They're all awesome.
Oh, okay. I was gonna maybe the defense was tired. Maybe that's why they're
No,
just
it's possible.
trying to figure out why they're giving up 40 points. Like, I don't
Hey,
know.
I have an idea.
Maybe you need to help the defensive guy out.
Move back up, coach with me. Let's do it.
Oh, I don't want to coach flag football. I'll be telling them to hit each other. Like, no, you should. We're tackling, gang tackle, fly around the ball. Like,
No,
put
sometimes they do that, especially when they're still
knock
in
the
tackle
snot out
mode.
of them. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
got you. Wally, did we catch up with you? I mean, you and I did, but
There's not a whole lot to
give
catch
us
up with.
all.
That. We're in the middle of winter sports season, so it's basketball, karate, robotics. So we got our first robotics competition this week. My life is literally working and then chasing my children around to their various social events.
Did you say
So
robotics?
yeah, robotics. Oh yeah, yeah. Robotics is a
That's
big deal
cool.
around here. Like it's really an impressive program.
I don't
So
know,
they,
Wally. I don't think there's a future in it.
in my kids, you know them too, huh?
No, just in robotics.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, yeah. You know, you're probably right about that. I'll tell him to pursue the NBA. It's a much better option,
Yeah,
daughter.
there we go.
How about robot
Daughter,
NBA? You
yeah.
got to think forward. You got to get ahead of it. You got to get in the game.
Yeah, that's
It's
funny.
impressive. It's really impressive. And the programs they have now for like middle school. I mean, my daughter's in the fifth grade, and she's been doing it for 2 years now. It's really impressive, and it really exposes her to a pretty impressive array of technology and competition. And it's not bad. It's a horrible thing to witness, like because you sit there literally all day, and each competition is like a minute and a half long. So you watch a minute and a half, wait for an hour and a half, watch a minute and a half, wait for an hour and a half, and it's just
It's like track.
Is it like Robot Wars
yeah,
or
it's like
what is
track.
it?
It's like track. Say that again.
Is
It's head to head. So the robots typically have a task they need to do, like they need to pick up balls and put them in a container, or and various things you do in that competition count for different points, and you got to build a robot accordingly. So there are different style of robots, and it's neat. You got to program them, and you got a driver, and then you got people who program, and it's cool. It actually is really impressive. So much
No,
more
Yeah, it
advanced
is.
than things we were doing in the fifth grade.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
if
we're
someone said build a robot Chet right now today, they would whoop my ass. I guarantee it.
yeah.
Yep.
We could have used that back then. What were we doing
Yeah.
in fifth grade? Making the volcano, the clay
We played
volcano with
football in the
the
schoolyard.
Yeah,
chemical
we were playing
reaction.
football in the
That's right.
schoolyard.
We were.
No, we were boiling water in MacArthur's room over and over
Or
and
that.
over again.
And making bacteria cultures, I think.
We
Weren't
literally
we?
boiled water all year long.
Hey,
Oh
listen,
yeah. We were finding the boiling point, right?
I always know the question of
Every
elemental
day.
situations. What happens to water when it gets heated up? It turns into a different element. I
Oh
still
Uh,
know
yeah,
that.
that's true. Who was the
So
teacher there?
oh, wait, what?
MacArthur,
Mr. MacArthur.
MacArthur.
8th grade.
Mr. MacArthur. I'm
Is
trying
it
to
eighth
think
grade? I
of
thought
the
it was sixth or
face.
seventh grade, wasn't it?
I'm trying to
Was it
think
eighth
of
Water's
the
grade?
not.
face.
He also showed the movie about the nuclear war situation.
I just remember when he lit a balloon filled with hydrogen on.
I do too.
Remember that?
I do remember that. Yep,
That was
I
good.
remember that.
Inside, he did it inside.
He lit it
with
on
like
fire
the
and it
low
blew up?
ceilings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
he
blew up.
filled one balloon up with hydrogen, one with oxygen, and one with just normal air, and had this long pole with a match or something on it, and it was pretty cool.
I remember he used to film us so that he could show our parents during during parent teacher conferences. And it happened to be my stepfather. You guys all know Jimmy. Jimmy went in.
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
had gone through the Winnisquam School District 30 years prior. He had MacArthur.
Are
so
you
he
serious?
pulled up the video. Yeah, so he sat down. He's like, I want to show you guys video of Wally when and he showed up some other guy. I don't know who it was, but he pulled up a video of some other guy, and Jimmy's like, "That's not even our son." And Jimmy was had a bit of a temper, and he got very upset with him. So you weren't a good teacher 30 years ago, and you're not a good teacher now. I'm like, holy shit! Like still got to work with this guy.
You were there. You were there. You were
I
present
was
when
not
he did
there.
this?
He told me the story after.
Oh. He may have embellished a little bit, don't you think?
He may have, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. All right. I have a bunch of sports to talk about, Tim. But there was a topic, and maybe we can lightly discuss it. It has to do with Wally. There's something that I've been wanting to talk about. It's Wally's aversion to drone technology, AI technology, and biometrics, and how it's a violation of privacy. And he's been staunch on that topic as far as the reason why he doesn't like it. And I've been wanting to have a discussion about
that's not like I feel like you're generalizing just a smidge there. I don't believe that's exactly what I said, but anyway, go on. I apologize.
Well, I mean, explain to us how you feel about the new AI technology, drones being able to scan biometrics.
We've talked at the risk of sounding repetitive. We talk about this often. My only concern is that I feel like it's a technology that can be very easily abused, and that the government could use it against us very, very easily to manipulate the masses and influence poor choices. So my only point is that we should all be very concerned with this technology and the ability it has to manipulate people.
Well, can you elaborate a little bit more on how you think the government would use it to manipulate people?
Well, I think they're using it obviously right now in simple ways. Like it's almost joking in that, Trump posts these memes and Gavin Newsom posts these memes about Trump, locked up. Like the latest one this week has been Trump and a couple other Republicans in handcuffs, and then everyone's all upset because there was this AI picture of the four of him. And I think it was JD Vance. I don't remember who the third guy was in the back of a squad car in handcuffs. And this was in response to Trump posting the one with the bomb coming down. You remember, simple things like that, and that's almost comical. In that, I don't really give a shit one way if they're going to post comical memes back and forth. I think it's hilarious. But the more concerning part is that when you start to manipulate reality, or you post a picture that's AI, and AI has come such a distance now where it's hard to know what's fake and what's true. And God knows what it's going to be in 5 years from now. So when people post, and like it or not, social media has incredible influence. So someone can post a picture that can greatly impact the outcome of, say, an election or someone's public image, in such a way that can influence elections or other meaningful things, in that and there's no way to tell if it's bullshit or not. That's really scary. And I think it's already being used against us, and it can continue to be used against us to continue to divide us further and further apart based on bullshit. They've been saying bullshit for years. Now they're being able to provide pictures to back up the bullshit they've been saying for years. I think we should all be a little concerned about that.
And is it
Mm.
by Americans doing it, Wally, or do you think it's by maybe some foreign countries who've taken
Both,
advantage of this
both,
technology?
all of the above. Like it's
Uh,
hard to say. Trolls are trolls. There's a lot of American trolls. There's a lot of foreign trolls. Um,
Mhm.
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
gonna do? When I
No
get
one.
questions about this stuff, when I run for office, I'm just gonna yell fake news and run away while taking my clothes off, and I'll get elected clearly because that's what's
This
gonna
is
happen.
2032, right?
Yeah, yeah. Tim
Constant's
and I.
2032.
going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I. What you're? I'm vice president. Is that right?
I
I
mean, we
don't
could.
know.
I think so, but we could switch roles if you
I
want.
said Constant Bowen, so that would mean that
Okay. Yeah.
you're the man. You're the man.
Oh, maybe
um.
Tim's the man. I like it.
Yeah. I really agree with you, Wally. I think that's a very solid point. I think um that line from Jurassic Park comes to mind with things like this quite often. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they didn't stop to think if they should. And
Mhm.
we certainly do not have the ethical substrate to be able to handle these kinds of things that we're being thrust into. I mean, it's almost like the technology is advancing exponentially, but the ethical conversation, if it's happening at all, is just a linear conversation. It will never catch up at this point. Um, and so I mean, I totally agree with you. We somehow, I think, as parents, or as educators, we need to be able to sort of like project in maybe a little prophecy, about where could we see this going, and how can we head it off at the pass with our own children or students, and say, hey, look. Well, you need to be warned about these things. It's all fun and games. You got these Sora videos, which are really funny, and you make these memes, but um, it is there is something we're we're whistling past the graveyard in some ways, or polishing the brass in the Titanic, but we don't even know that it's sinking. So I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Uh, well, Wally just dropped off. I had a question for him.
No, I'm right here. I just got to go down cellar.
Um, so we had a discussion. So I agree with you. I think your point is essentially AI could be potentially data mining and creating these memes, right, for a political agenda, or someone's creating a program
Yeah.
that does that as an AI bot, right? So I agree with that. But if you recall, we had a conversation about like using the meta glasses as an example and how an AI version of that would be connected to all databases for like a sheriff's department or a sheriff's officer. And the officer would be walking around and it would be inherently scanning plates, scanning faces. If you've been scanned, your biometrics are in the system. You would be scanned and assessed, and that if you had a warrant for your arrest, it would pop up on this guy's HUD and tell him this guy has a warrant for his arrest, etc. And something to that effect, or something in that application, you had said was a violation of privacy, and you had argued that point. Do you remember that?
Violation of privacy. No, but
Yeah.
make the counterpoint, and I'll be glad to fight against you.
Well, I'll come up with one, but not today. I'm saying I wanted to have that conversation because you, 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 you had a stern stance on saying that essentially Joe Blow that's sitting at the coffee shop, ignoring not bothering anybody,
Oh,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
scanned
yeah,
and he
yeah.
has a warrant for his arrest, and now his day's gone from really
Well,
good to
no,
really
I'm not. I'm
shitty.
not necessarily thinking about the guy that has the warrant for his arrest. How about the guy that's just drinking his coffee? Like, how about the guy that doesn't want the government tracking all like innocent Joe guy like me, who just punches the fucking clock every day and pays my bills and raises my kids? I don't necessarily need the government knowing like what I had for breakfast yesterday. Like, I think there's an expectation of privacy and there's data that should not be accessible if they don't need it, right? And just because they can take. That doesn't mean they should have that. I think we should all be a little concerned about that. If they know where all of us are at every given minute, boy, oh
Well,
boy, that's scary. Don't you
I
think?
mean the technology exists in that capacity, but they're only going to find out what you had for breakfast if you do something wrong. And they're tracing your path and
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. But
trying to
what's
come
wrong?
back and
Let's
find
hope.
you.
What's wrong though? Right?
I
I
don't think
agree.
there's
Like
anything
we,
wrong.
no, I'm saying we can all agree. Like you blow up somebody, you kill somebody, it's wrong. But if the government, and I'm like actually working through this as we speak. If the government has access to everything, can't the wrong leader just decide that it's wrong to not like him or her, and then
Well,
decide that whatever you're doing is wrong,
well,
and then have access to everything, and
I
then
agree. I agree with you, Chad. I think that's a really good point. Um, People who have demonstrated they can't handle the ethical considerations in one area should not be trusted with the technology to do it in another. So that is they've sort of disqualified themselves to be trusted with it at all. I think. I mean, do I think that they're doing that now, looking at whoever they want, whenever they want? No, probably not. Do I think that they would, in a drop of a hat, find some kind of justification? I mean, we already know that things can be planted on computers and things like that. IP addresses can be searched, and it's not hard to get to a justifiable cause to do something like that. Now, I know that I'm affixing a lot of nefarious motivations to government actors, but they are the least trusted entity in America. So I mean,
Ruth, Ruth.
I think it's
So
justified.
so do you disagree, or any of you can answer this? Do you guys disagree with the way what we learned about the Vegas bombings and how they tracked that individual literally from every CTV camera that he passed through? Yeah, again, we found this out 3 days after the fact, but they retraced his steps, right, using that technology. Do you
Mm.
think that that is a misuse or abuse of that technology, and
No,
in any
I
way,
don't.
shape, or form?
I'll start. I'll start. I don't think there's any problem with the fact that when you walk outside your private residence and you go and do something and you're out there, there's cameras out there. People know that already. We already know that. I think the bigger issue is when they start to invade your private residence and um, what you're looking for, like maybe on your computer, whatever. But I think once you walk outside your front door, I think it's and it always has been game on. Like that's different. The question mark in this is, you're sitting at home, you're watching TV, they know what you're watching on TV, they know what you say to your kids, they know what you say to your spouse. Like that's a whole different situation.
Mm. And I agree with that. Somebody said this earlier who the most um, the most dangerous phrase you can hear from the government is "I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
Here to help.
Here to help.
Right? I don't know who that was, but the idea is that I mean, how many of these abusive technologies and medical advances or whatever have come through this through the doorway of I'm here to save lives, or of course it always comes to that way, and I'm totally willing to admit that it's from a true motivation of altruism, like someone like Musk wants to put the Neuralink in to so some quadriplegic can walk again. Great, but the problem is we don't have a stopping mechanism. We don't have a stopping mechanism to say where's the shoreline of our willingness to use this technology. That does not exist. And until it does exist, I think we need to be very, very wary of this kind of technology.
Yeah. Nate, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I yes, I'm under the of the opinion that we definitely don't think about the consequences. We think about the good that it can do and not the bad. So we don't fully grasp the concept of both sides of that scale. But I think that the technology that we develop for what we would call the greater good has already been developed more than likely for those that want to use it in a advantageous or, dangerous way. Just as we build things for good, evil exists and evil does the same, if not better. And that I believe the fact that we developed these technologies to battle evil technically,
Yeah.
like and is our own technology that is developed for good used against us to be to do bad things, to be evil? Yes, absolutely. But I for one, I want an officer or somebody that works in law enforcement to be able to walk into a room and without them knowing, everybody is scanned. Like literally. And you don't pop up unless you have a record, unless you're flagged, unless you're wanted, unless you need to be detained. But that technology to me can do so much good, meaning again, you see an Amber Alert come across on your cell phone. Like if every officer has the technology on in a heads up display fashion and it is scanning everyone that they're encountering, meaning in their field of view, not having a conversation with, then that guy that has just kidnapped his child, his own child or someone else's child, 44 hours ago in Louisiana and is now in Texas. He's literally traced down and hopefully captured before he does any harm to anybody. So
Yeah.
I think that obviously that's the best of the best as far as conditions and results that we can probably think of, right? But like,
So
sure.
Nate, I think you're way ahead of most people though. When you talk about like, so you walk in, you scan everybody. If someone doesn't have a prior criminal record, right, then they don't pop up. I think
Yeah.
you're ahead of the game because our whole system is designed on like, okay, so you do some petty theft when you're 15. That kind of shows the world like there's a potential that you can end up being a criminal. And then you do something worse. You have like a DUI or you do like who knows what later on. So then you show up in the scan. The problem is, the system makes sense to me. It really does. The problem is like, what if you have a couple of those stupid petty crimes, and then you end up on the system, and then you're falsely accused because you happen to be in the system already, or even worse, in my opinion, is if you're ignoring other signs because they don't have a previous criminal record. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's a system in place for how you sort of follow someone who has a propensity for harm, right? And then you have somebody be falsely accused because they did something petty, or someone who's not even seen on the system because they haven't been caught yet. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they're not observing behaviors and things of someone that is potentially doing harm to others or going to do harm to others because they're not popping up on this database, right?
Right. And if you count on that and that alone, it can be a problem. That's my point. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
that's just the legal aspect of it, or the abuse aspect in that way, is one particular facet of the AI conversation, and another one which we don't have to get into because it would, that could lead into all kinds of rabbit trails. But what does it mean? How does it change what it means to be a human? How does it change what it means to think and to know things? Um, to be able to memorize things and to put things together on our own. So I think even things like that, it's uh, it's changing so fast. I heard a quote: the worst AI technology you'll ever use is the one you use today, because it's just changing so quickly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Yeah.
And so, um, uh, for me, the action point is, how do I train my kids to think about this the best I can? How do I train the kids that I tutor the how to think about this the best I can, and to get ahead, think principally, get ahead of the game. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's a huge challenge.
It is because to your point, the worst you're going to use is today. But at the same time, look at the benefits. Like the benefit is, are the four of us able to have this conversation face to face in 1999 when I missed you all so much. And I was like, man, like you guys all went army or college or whatever. And like I couldn't see you when I missed you so much. Now we get to hang out and do this actually on demand whenever we feel like it. That's the benefit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
it's
that's
absolutely.
that's the cool part.
You were partying like it was 1999, though, for
And
real.
I was there
Back
with
then.
you, man. Don't.
Yeah.
I was right there at Plymouth State, party right beside you.
well,
You
you went to
did.
Plymouth State.
I didn't go to Plymouth State, but I partied there plenty.
Yeah, I went to UMaine. I went to UMaine a couple times. It was good times.
Yeah, everybody thought Wally was enrolling.
Oh, I was rolling there a couple times. I'm not gonna lie about that.
I'm sure you were. I'm sure you were.
But this like I think if someone was watching this like 20 years from now and they see us talking about the failures of AI or the possible problems, they'd be like, "Do you not see the irony that you guys all get to hang out and talk about this together because of AI and because we went so far?" I think that's my point. Is that that's something someone would see. I would see. That's the first thing I would notice.
No, I love that. I love that. I
And
also
we
love that
also
we have the. I also love that we have the capability to use AI to protect ourselves, to
Mhm.
yeah,
protect our sovereign soil, to
Yep.
to to weaponize that said AI and use it against our enemies and use it to exploit our enemies. Like I appreciate that 100%. Like I
Mm,
so I like the good and the bad, if that makes sense. And I trust that, the powers that be are using it to save lives or prevent wars or,
mm.
could it be used to stop hunger in America? Yes,
yeah.
probably. Could it be used to, figure out a way to pay off the $1 trillion debt that we have, that we still have never formulated a plan to start paying off? But like,
I'll
That's
just
not
pay
true.
it.
That's not
absolutely.
true.
I'll just pay it.
Tariffs. Yeah, tariffs.
We're gonna
Tariffs are going to pay
still,
it all off.
yeah,
I've been told, and I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be lied to. I think tariffs are going to pay it all off. And the
Yeah.
other part is that we're saying this as men in our mid 40s, right? There's a whole generation of people younger than us that are probably more inclined to be all on board with the
Oh, for
technology than we
sure.
are. Like we're
mhm.
saying this with 20 years of experience and skepticism, frankly, and seeing what, like, I wish I was that idealistic, and I wish I was as idealistic as you, Nate. I genuinely do it. Like I wish I could assume that people would use that technology for the better. I've just seen nothing to like compel me to believe that. Like I feel like it's going to be used against us. It's going to be used to drive us apart. It's going to be used for everything. Like, well, at the surface, yes, to chase the terrorists through the city of New York. Yeah, great. That's fantastic. Great use of that technology. That's exactly what you wanted to be used for. But I think it's probably more frequently going to be used to take away our liberties and take away our freedom, just because that seems to be what they do historically. And again, I'm saying this as a skeptical 45-year-old man, almost 46.
Well, that's a
I
that's a lot
mean,
of that's a lot of skepticism, though. Like, how do you
I
how do
think
you
it's
say
justified.
how do you go how do you go from
I think it's
Justified.
everything being
justified too.
violated? Yeah.
I
Well,
think it's justified too. I
explain
mean,
though.
you've seen those videos. You might have seen those like flashback to graduating day 1996, and somebody's carrying a video camera through the hall, and tell me you don't want to go back to those times when nobody had a
Dude.
phone and everyone's interacting and they're laughing and they just look happier. I mean, we're just
Mhm.
happier people.
We were happier
Yeah.
people.
And it's demonstrably true that we're happier people. The stats show that the amount of depression and anxiety is skyrocketing, and it correlates very strongly with smartphones and of course social media and all that stuff. Um, so, I agree with Wally's point. You of course you want to you see the benefits of tracking these terrorists down and things like that, and weapons technologies. But I mean, it's sort of like we have to, in a way, mourn the past, mourn the 1998 selves of how we just were in the hallway and we're all having a good time and we had our tips with people, but they were all to each other's faces or over the phone. But it was never like a text rant or something like that. But at the same time, to to take on the mantle of the middle-aged men like we are running the world. We're the ones, we're coming to
They
the
are
peak of our career. We're
100%
we
correct.
have so I mean we need to take up the mantle of no, we need to own this. We need to drive the conversation. We need to make sure that we're pointing out the weaknesses, make sure that we're praising the good things, and you know, have a mature viewpoint of it, of what's good and what's bad. Nothing's all good or all bad. Like how do we parse this out? And I think it is you want to you so badly want to get back to that time, but to do that is to give up on the conversation and to count yourself out.
Yeah. No.
Very well said.
Yeah.
I agree
Super
with
well
that
said.
wholeheartedly.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I do as well. Yes, it is we are, yes,
And
silverbacks,
don't
gray-haired,
underestimate.
wise men.
Silverbacks, I like that.
Yeah, we're part of the mature pack now. We're supposed to act like it.
Yeah.
God
It's
damn it.
tough some days. I'm gonna be honest. It's tough. No,
I
I'm
kind
It
of
is
want to
tough
jump
some
off the
days.
roof onto that trampoline. As much as that.
Wait, Tim, did you just flex, Tim?
Wally.
Well, I still have that Tourette's thing, so I flex all the time.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
let's go. I'll flex with you. I got you.
We can
I got
flex.
you.
I mean,
Let's
I don't
Yeah,
flex
let's
like
do
this,
that.
but it's like the tensing thing that I've always done.
No, my son asked me, and this is why I say don't give up on the younger generation because they see it too. They don't understand it like we do because we all grew up with like a light switch is magic, and then all of a sudden call waiting was amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. We can have two lines in one house? Wait a minute.
Yeah, an
There's a cell
answering
phone?
machine. Yeah,
Yeah, answering machine. Holy shit. So we grew up there. Like we're just a weird generation. But I can tell you that they're all just as human as we have all been the entire time. And I can see it in all of them. And then Cameron was like, "Hey, Dad, can you turn off my he said something about like watching YouTube on his iPad, and I was like, hell yeah, man. He's asking for a boundary. He knows. He can feel it. He can sense it. He's like, I don't want to just be on there all the time. I want to go outside and play football in the yard. And he goes out there all the
Yeah.
time, throwing the football, and he's literally asking for a boundary. So he's like, yes, I will make that boundary for you every time.
yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be
Even no,
interesting
but
to see.
even younger kids I saw, like I say kids, but like 24 year olds I saw last night at my holiday party. Like I'm the executive director, right? So I got like 50 people there, and a lot of them are 24, 25, and I can tell that they're just like they can see it, they can sense it, that something's up with this AI thing, and we are losing the humanity part of it a little bit. So like they can see it, is my point. They're
Mm.
pretty smart. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
This is obliquely related, but I do want to ask you guys a question. Um, Another thing that AI can participate in is signal boosting.
Mhm.
And you're familiar with that term. You've got some people on the internet who say certain things, and I don't know how it works, whether it's on purpose or whatever, but they get signal boosted. And are you familiar with Nick Fuentes? Heard that name before?
I've heard the name
Sounds
before.
familiar,
Yep.
but yeah.
Tucker Carlson interviewed him recently. Uh, there's uh, he's a young, um, boisterous voice. He has a lot of followers who are probably mostly young white men, and they call themselves the Groypers. And they are, it's kind of difficult to describe them. Fuentes has been pretty like hyping Hitler, calls Joe Stalin like Uncle Joe. It's very speaking very fondly of Stalin. Um, uh, Rethinking like maybe Churchill was the bad guy in World War II and not Hitler. Hitler was really out, he just wanted to purify Germany from the moral rot and all that. So he is a growing voice, and I was reading an article yesterday which said that yeah, he's gotten really big, but how many of those of this is he being signal boosted? Are these like Indian bot accounts or whatever that are
Mhm.
just like reposting things? And they had some statistics to show that yeah, it really kind of looks like this guy who has, you know, a 16th of the followers of Musk, but somehow he gets the algorithm. He's just like he's playing the algorithm through whatever means. And so maybe it's not as big as he thought. So there's the AI piece of it. But and then secondly, um, it seems at least in the circles that I run in on the fringes, there's this growing anti-Semitism amongst young white men. And I don't know if you've experienced that or seen that. Just want to
Yeah.
get your thoughts on that.
Do you think the two are related? Are you saying it's being inflamed by these bot accounts? 'Cause I
Yeah,
do. I
I
do.
think so. Yes, I think so. Mhm.
Yeah, I've seen it too. I've seen a growing like anti-Semitic kind of like everything that's going wrong with the world today is because the Jews are in control or the Jews are in power. And it's becoming more mainstream. And like, I mean, this battle's being fought at these universities on the front line of these universities where
Mm.
like, and I'm not here to trumpet the university causes, but you see the Muslim is uh, clashes that are happening all across this country. It's becoming more and more mainstream, and I think it is like it's not necessarily an AI concern as much as it is a social media one for me. Is
Yeah.
that like again reality versus fake? So that you can post these lists of statistics that are 100% bullshit, but it doesn't matter because like if you've influenced 10 radicalized individuals, like
Yeah.
it's really scary. And it's driving these, again, the extremists further and further apart, where people are feeling more emboldened to shoot up a school or to assassinate a man on national television
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. And now you're seeing Candace Owen, I think, is falling victim to this. I don't know if victim or to a certain extent is like, have you been following her? About the
Charlie
turning
Kirk's.
point in Charlie
Yeah.
Kirk and all that, man. It's
Yeah.
scary shit. It's really scary shit to me.
Yeah. For the why people listen to her is beyond me. Um,
But they
but
do.
yeah. So what is the cause of this? I mean, it comes from somewhere. Why do you think it's rearing its head again in America? I mean, yeah, there's been some anti-Semitism, like there's been racism and all that stuff, but it seems like there's a swell of it. And so, what is the cause?
Yeah,
Do you have
I mean,
a guess? I don't
I
know the
know,
answer. What do you think, Nate?
I get it.
I feel like
Everybody,
it's the AI bot. Go ahead.
Chet?
I don't know if it's the AI, but I think in general, people want someone to blame because things aren't going well.
Hmm.
And so there could be a connection with the boost, right? Like, hey, we're gonna blame the Jews again, and we're gonna or the Christians or the Muslims, whatever it is. Um, when things are hard and you have children and your instinct is to take care of those children, uh, and you feel like something's out of your control and you can't do it, you got to find someone to blame. Most people. I think the three of you, not so much. Like you all understand, but like, yeah, I think that's why that stuff happens.
I think that God, it scares me to say this out loud if I'm being 100% honest. But and I think this is a setup. I think you might because
I
I
think
think in some regards the Jewish faith has been really good at consolidating power in certain realms, whereas like they. And I think there's something to be said for tribalism to a certain extent in that, like, I trust my people, like the people around me, the people I'm closest to. If say I were to be elected president next week, I'd want to surround myself with people like the three of you, people I've known my whole life, people I were raised around that I know think similarly and like I trust innately. So like as the Jewish people have been able to be very successful in multiple realms of whether it be banking, whether it be the film industry, whether it be whatever the case may be. Success breeds jealousy. And I think it's born from the fact where you see people who maybe there are, and I don't really have a problem with people elevating someone because they trust them. Like, hey, that's my brother, that's my cousin. Yeah, man, like that's part of it. I want to surround myself with people I trust.
Yeah.
And I think that when you're able to do that and be successful, you're going to breed a level of jealousy amongst your peers or amongst people who may have been just as qualified for a position, say, but they didn't have that relationship. And it's hard to begrudge somebody. Relationships really are what matters the most in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was pretty on top of this. I was about maybe a year ago. I saw some videos from a account called the Stone Choir, and I certainly don't want to hype these guys. But it was a montage. They're a fairly anti-Semitic. We'll call them just white nationalists. It's pretty clear that that's what they are. This is our country, and we need to take it back. And it was a montage set to that song Pompeii. Is it Pompeii?
Yeah,
You
by
probably know that.
Bastille. By Bastille.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is a great song.
Great song.
But there was a montage of all cultural things that are very important to us. You know, scenes from White It's a Wonderful Life and baseball games in the summer and hot dogs and 4th of July and there's all these just like pro-American things. But they're a pretty clearly white supremacist. They're coming from that perspective. And so I sat down with my boys and I was like, you need to watch this right now with me. And so we sat down, we watched it, and I was like, you see how tempting it is to want to like, yeah, I want that back. I want to be a part of that America that I grew up in, and so, but it's bait. And so that's the kind of thing that I feel like is pulling in a lot of young men is for, a couple decades, white young men have been crapped on, have been shat on for, we don't want your masculinity. We don't want your your voice, and the elevation of women. And, I'm just saying that's the observation. And now you have someone in power who's of the right. And so these young men are waking up and finding that they're strong and they're looking for revenge in some ways or to recapture their strength. And I think there's a bunch of voices out there that are sort of like advertising for how that strength can be put to use. And Nick Fuentes, unfortunately, is one of those voices that is attracting a lot of these young men. It's like, hey, you've been crapped on. We don't deserve that. If they called you a thief for 20 years, might as well steal something. That kind of, mentality.
Yeah, I know that mentality. And the thing is that the reality of life is that we can all share it, right? You can be a woman, you can be a man, you can be whatever. If we are all together, whether it be this country, and we find a way to find common ground, all it takes is a conversation. Like for me personally, a conversation with a human being, and I can find a way to understand where they're coming from, man, I'm all in on that, and we can find a way to work together for a common cause. That's what I do. And Fuentes, like, is that his name, Fuentes? Yeah, someone like that says because you have white skin and you're a man, you've been screwed. But I can say that for any single culture, race, whatever. If someone says you've been screwed, this is over, they can make a cause out of that. And my thought is, I get it, like everyone's been hurt, but we can find a way. We really can find a way because we're all human beings. We have similar feelings, we have similar thoughts, we have similar pain growing up, and we have similar goals, which is mostly to support each other and make sure that no one gets hurt. Like, I don't think that's that difficult.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's still like this is a white thing or a black thing. Like,
Hmm.
We should be in a time we're mature enough, right? It's a human thing. Like it's never one or the other. And a lot, I think it's funny because to Wally's point about a tribal thing and Jewish people having success because they've been on this earth as long as everybody else, that tribe or that religion, right? But like when you look at some of the people that are Jewish or of Jewish descent and are successful, most of them are not a practicing Jewish
Right.
religion or
Right.
anything. They were born into it. They were born
Yeah.
into that tribe. So it's like, again, it's a human thing. I don't understand anti-Semitism when it comes to white people. Or- I like it, and I know white people aren't the only ones that are ignorant. That
Yeah.
every you can find an anti-Semitism eh, thought
Anywhere.
in any tribe in any corner of the world where someone is probably trying to say that we've been oppressed our whole lives and we need to
Yeah.
stand up. And if you're not us, if you're not with us or one of us, you're against us. And
Mm.
I've never I will never understand that ideology. Uh, again,
You
it's
know,
a
I,
human
I
thing.
it seems like it's different than envy. It seems like it comes from a place of purity or assumed impurity that's brought about by the nefarious Jew who is in charge of the porn industry and all that. I mean, like you said, Wally, it is true that uh, Jews tend to be overrepresented in some of the bad stuff, but they're also overrepresented in Nobel prizes and all these crazy things. Like they make up like 0.02% of the population of the world, but they have, I think I read 25% of the Nobel prizes, which is an crazy a
That's
crazy.
crazy.
It's insane. So they're obviously a very gifted people, but I think um, this encroachment of anti-Semitism, even in my own world, I've got friends. My son's friends are getting these Instagram feeds from other people. I started reading "The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich" by William Schreier. It's a
Oh,
tome. It's like a doorstopper. It's like a
yep,
thousand pages. But
yep.
have you read it?
I've read it. I read
It
it
Come on, have
in
you really?
yeah, it was like 2022, I think I read it.
oh
You're
wow!
talking
So
about
recently.
yeah, not
Okay.
like yeah, not that far ago. Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's really interesting to read again, kind of through this lens, and I won't get into it. Um, Maybe just to sort of button up this conversation. This is a funny little observation I made. Um, so names matter. You know, Hitler is a very strong name, and Heil Hitler was obviously the moniker for that regime. Um, Hitler's father, Alois, was a bastard, and Alois' father, so Hitler's grandfather, abandoned his family, and because of that, um, Hitler's father took on his mother's maiden name, and which was almost going to be Hitler's last name, except at the last moment when Al Wa's father was like 84, he came and claimed his son, um, gave him his last name. And so that's why we have Adolf Hitler instead of what Adolf's last name would have been, Adolf Schicklgruber.
Should have been
Now, I
Strickland.
don't know if you can build a 1,000-year reign on the back of a stiff salute to Adolf Schicklgruber. It just doesn't really. It just,
I don't know.
Definitely not. It doesn't ring a bell. It doesn't ring
It's
a bell.
it's it's why I make the joke. This is why I make the joke every time I call somebody. My dad's biggest mistake was calling me Chester. Like you can't make a leader and a Chester Bowen.
I
That's
just
not
think
gonna
of
happen,
fried chicken when I think of Chester, right?
right? Like fuck you, Dad.
Wow. All right. What do you guys think about these Venezuelan boats that we're seizing? And we've
Oh,
seized the largest oil vessel ever seized. We did it. We did it the best that anyone's ever done.
It's the
We
biggest boat. It's the
it's the
biggest
biggest boat,
tanker anyone's.
the biggest tanker ever. We did it. We did it. What do you what do y'all think of the that tanker
Look,
being seized, the reason
if
why
they're
it was
really-
seized.
I'm thankful. I'm very thankful we have a president that's trying to pull us out of foreign wars. That's what I say. I'm really thankful that I have a guy that's going to live up to his word to say America first, and we're not going to get involved in these foreign entanglements and redirect our military in a way that is more aggressive in nature. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I think we should be taking over more countries' oil fields. I mean, obviously, this is the precursor to invading Venezuela, right? I think that's been the Maduro regime. Is that who's in charge down there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
not
think
who was
that- I think
elected.
it's long been assumed that we'll be sliding in there in some capacity, and this is just a precursor to that, right?
Potentially, yeah.
I don't think so.
Do you know how Maduro's in charge?
No, I'm not familiar. Tell me.
He was not elected, the elected official. He forced the elected official to flee the country, and he essentially is a dictator. And he took over the government. And
Yeah, fuck dictators, huh?
well, I mean,
I agree.
you know, I don't know. The countries it's not necessarily a civil war because I don't think anybody's fighting back, but there's definitely a leader that was voted into office to lead that country, and they're nowhere near the borders of it because that individual that's running the country will assassinate them.
So is that is it? It's our job to overthrow every dictator, or I mean, where do you draw the line? Should we jump into the Middle East next and start whipping, knocking them out one by one?
I don't know. They do control.
They're dictators.
They do control
Probably
the
worse
largest
than Maduro,
the
I
largest
bet.
oil deposit on our hemisphere. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I'm just telling you what's going on in the country. And if I lived in a country like that, I would want some assistance from somebody. It's a
Yeah.
human thing, Wally. It's a human thing. I want to help all
So
humans
then
out.
it is our job to be the world's policeman.
I
Well,
think to
I
a certain
mean,
degree, yeah.
technically, they're our neighbors, so they're
So
closer to our
again,
neighbors than.
Well,
so
Wally, are
let's
you
not
more
pretend he's not a globalist, then, right? Right? Trump is just the next globalist in a long line of globalists,
well
right?
are you more on the isolationist side of things, or where would you put yourself?
I'm on the side of being who you say you are, right? Like I don't have any problem with necessarily being the world's policeman, but I think he was elected. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, with a stance that like we're not going to get involved in other people's wars. We're gonna like America first. We're not going to invade Iran, or we're not going to invade Afghanistan. We're going to put America first and not put our soldiers in harm's way. That was a stance that I thought I'd heard pretty clearly. No, am I off
But
base there?
no, I no,
I heard that too.
yeah, I think you're right, and I think that there has been there's been some movements towards uh, a more peaceful Middle East, I would say, even in light of the Operation Midnight Hammer or whatever that was, where they destroyed the nuclear capabilities of Iran. So I mean, I don't think that we're going to be boots on the ground in Venezuela. I highly, highly, highly doubt that.
Yeah, I
I
don't
hope
think
you're
so.
right.
But
I hope you're right.
our
I see no
CIA
good
is
from that.
already
I hope
over
so.
there. Yeah.
I mean, what kind of war would it be anyway? I mean, it's like,
It'd
do they have
be
any
over
kind of
in 48
meaningful?
hours. It'd be over in
Yeah,
48 hours. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't.
It'd be a nation building, is what it'd be. It'd be a nation building exercise more than anything else.
Well, yeah. Where are you at with regime changes?
I'm at a place where we're not really very successful at regime changes. If you could, like, when's the last successful regime change we've overseen?
Mm.
I don't know.
The success
don't think
depends
that
on
there's
who you
none.
ask
The
and what
next
you think
one
the
will be the
success
first
was.
one, right? Like,
Right.
No, I think
so
there's
too.
probably
I
been a
think the first
couple.
one.
Maybe. But my point is, I don't feel like the statistics are in our favor. Ultimately, we're going to do a regime change, put people in power who will ultimately fuck up, and we'll end up at war with them. Like I feel like that's a theme I've seen over and over and over again, where we pick a side that ends up being the wrong side. I just feel like that's their country. They're going to see their issues out. I'm not necessarily in favor of us intervening in that capacity. I just don't feel like it's going to turn out in our favor.
Do you think if that oil was going to Iran, and that does violate some sort of treaty that Venezuela has with us, do you think that there's it's justified what we did with the tanker and then potentially our involvement moving forward?
I don't. So is that America's job? Is that NATO's job? Is that like the EU? I mean, they have to go up through Europe to get to. I don't know, man. Like I don't know that we unilaterally want to take on that responsibility, because ultimately, what's it going to end up with us funding the entire war, or us funding the nation building that like. We've done it a dozen times where we have a coalition that all back out, and we're paying 90% of it. Like I just don't necessarily see that this ends up in our favor. So we'll get the oil, okay, and then what? Then we're stuck there for 20 fucking years. I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
I,
Well,
I don't. I don't think that's. I don't think
there
that's
would
the
be.
goal. Oh, go ahead, Nate.
Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think that's the goal. I think that there's a lot more better ways to do it. Might there be regime change in Venezuela in helping to put in power somebody who would be friendly to trading with the U.S.? Probably. And you know what? If we're thinking of a humanitarian on a humanitarian level, that would be really good, because Maduro has been, from what I understand, uh, a horrific. I mean,
Yes.
in what way has Venezuela benefited from this guy at all? I mean, you hear the horror stories. I know there's always, two sides to every story, but it's difficult to see how there's a net positive from this guy's tenure. And so
Yeah.
I I think that there could be some. I don't think we're going to just go and steal the oil, but I think there can be some um, mutual benefit, economic benefit to the people of Venezuela as well as America. I don't know that we really need the oil, but
Oh no, that was going to be
We don't
my
need the
point.
oil.
There are going to be there would be some severe ripple effects economically that would, again, I won't, not to use the term, but those ripple effects could potentially create a tsunami effect on some of our economic principles. And also just think about the fuel alone, the oil. How would that affect our economy if the dollar or the price per gallon went up 75 cents in the next 3 months because of the current person that was not elected into power, is using his influence and has again threatened to assassinate the guy that was elected, and he's running a country that can have a potential economic whirlwind coming our way
yeah.
financially, right?
I mean,
Like,
clearly the guy's a toad. He's a toad that's poisoning the country that has so many resources that would the people would flourish. The people of that country would absolutely flourish if they were introduced to trading outside the country and people not pilfering all of the wealth.
yeah, yes, it's very much like an Arabic country where all the people own the oil, and they're the ones that are controlling everything, every dollar that flows in and out of that economic mainframe. So yeah, it's I, I don't want to fight anybody's war, but I don't think the people of Venezuela want any kind of war. So if we were to literally,
Yeah,
if we were to take somebody out, it would prevent a war, right? Like,
you're right.
and we
They
would
probably
and
want
we
him
would
out.
generate an ally. Yeah. So, or continue to have an ally. Right now, it's up in the air, but obviously, obviously they're heavily involved in drug trafficking as well, right? So, I mean, uh, the biggest drug seizure ever, the biggest. What else do we want to talk about, y'all? What else?
You said it's a sports. I like sports. Let's go.
Of course, man. We got sports. Yeah, we got sports.
I will return in a moment.
All right.
Mention sports. Tim's gone.
You will not.
Hey,
But
I
we love
actually
you.
watched a Broncos game by myself because I wanted to.
Wow.
So I know it's a big move.
They look pretty good, man. They look
They
pretty
do.
good.
Don't they have the same record as the Pets?
They sure
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
Tim.
Yeah.
They sure
And
do.
How's
But
that
after
for a
this
Technically
weekend-
hold the record. I think they
I just did a
technically hold the
stat,
tiebreaker.
Chet.
as well.
You
I
did
just
a
did
stat?
That's good, man.
Eh.
That's
What,
breaking
what do you
news.
think? If you were to stack up Knicks with May,
You're
May?
asking the
I'll
wrong
take
guys.
May every day, all day for
You're
the rest
asking
of
the
my
wrong
life.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Drake,
I
man.
just
We're all May fans.
I don't care. I like just line them up. How are their stats?
Oh,
I think that Bo Nix, the Broncos have the best defense in football. Like it's a really strong defensive team that Bo Nix happens to be the quarterback of. I think Drake May is a better offensive weapon. The Patriots are winning primarily because of their offense. The Broncos are winning primarily because of their defense.
but Bo Nix does step up in those clutch moments, which is a big it's like a
He
Tom
doesn't
Brady
fuck
thing.
up. He doesn't fuck up. Yeah,
Right,
you're
he
right.
doesn't fuck up.
He doesn't
But-
fuck up.
But Drake May has people hanging off his shoulders while he throws 30 yards down the field in the sideline. Like I've never seen anything like it.
Where did he come from?
Who?
May.
North Carolina.
UNC.
Yeah, UNC. His brothers played basketball.
Huh.
His father played football, but his brothers played basketball, I believe. One played baseball, one played basketball. The more famous one, other than Drake, played basketball and was in the Final Four, hit a couple big shots. But as far as quarterback rankings are concerned, it's not even close between Bo Nix and Drake May. Drake May is number 3 in total QBR, and Bo Nix is 17th.
What's QBR? Quarterback rating?
Quarterback rating, yeah.
Don't ask
Based
us
on
what
a
it
scale
means
of
or
1.
how they measure it.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking number they assign to quarterbacks. That literally, you couldn't pay me enough money to tell you what it means. I have no idea.
Remember it used to be 157.3 was perfect. And I was like,
Yeah.
157.3? What? How did you come up with that?
It's not
It
100.
means
Come
nothing to
on.
me. It means nothing.
I'm
That's
going to
funny.
ask Copilot.
Co-pilot?
So if you saw the Pats go up against the Broncos, what would your prediction be? What's
Oh my
what's the
goodness.
spread?
Again,
It'd be so
you're
much
talking to 3
Patriots.
homers. You're talking
Patriots.
you're talking to 2 homers than Nate. Chet and I are going to blindly pick the Patriots every single time. Nate will mock us for doing so. Call us fanboys, and then do the same fucking thing we do.
That's not true at all. That's not
That's
true
so
at all.
true. That's so true.
So we would all pick the Patriots over the Broncos. I would pick the Patriots over the Broncos. And
I'm
the Broncos
picking the Patriots
again
over
have the
the Bills
best
this
defense in
weekend.
football.
So it says the definition it gives is it's a proprietary stat designed to measure a quarterback's overall impact on winning. Unlike the traditional passer rating, QBR incorporates passing, rushing, turnovers, penalties, and game context to give a score from 0 to 100, where 50 is average and 100 is perfect.
I'm interested to hear how they measure game context. Feels a little subjective to me.
It says play by play analysis. QBR is built from the play level, meaning every snap is evaluated. It goes through like the AI version of I think somebody on Fox Sports talked about it, where the AI evaluates the play that's happened and whether the quarterback made the right choice based on the coverage and how the play developed. Yeah. So AI will go back and rate every throw on a quarterback that they had in that game and say how many bad decisions did they make? Meaning it might have been a good decision, meaning they completed the pass for 2 yards, but the quarterback missed the fact that the safety slid up into coverage, and
Yep.
he had the over the top pass that was wide
So
open.
the question is,
That's
can
a
I get that
bullshit
same
stat.
technology to apply to my marriage?
Yes, you just have to allow it to monitor your marriage 24/7, and then it would analyze. And it could
Ooh, that
also
is
do
not going to be a good decision.
it could also
Should not
do
have gone with the
predictive
boys.
analysis. It could also do predictive analysis, like after a day of arguing, it knows that you're gonna buy a bottle of wine and some flowers on the way home
That's
from work.
great.
Like,
If there's ever a positive use for AI technology, I think we found it. Somebody needs to make this a proprietary thing. Husband quality rating right
Husband.
there.
yes, absolutely. I'm sure there's an app. There's got to be an app where you just type in your stats and there's your all-time
Yeah.
ranking somewhere
Dude,
up there.
Can we all
that
just
would be
take a
I'm
great.
second
not
now?
interested in that
Yeah.
statistic at all.
Why not, Wally? You don't want to know how poorly you did, or how much you need to work on things,
Why'd
or
Yeah.
you go negative innately? You immediately said how poorly I did. You're a glass
I heard
half
that.
empty guy.
Yeah.
And I don't appreciate that.
no, I was just saying that because I don't think you appreciate the things that you do and how those would be
Yeah.
highlighted and how it would affect your rating
Plus,
in a
what you could
positive
I'm
do,
way.
saying,
you could
yeah.
you could bring it to your wife and be like, "Hey, why are you so mad at me? I'm in the 95th percentile for husband
Yeah.
ratings right now.
I'm
It's
high.
data.
You have no
It's
reason to
data.
complain.
It's science. It's science right here. It says it.
Mathematically, you're wrong."
Yeah.
And
That's
she would
insane.
totally accept it. She would accept it, and then things would be better from moving on.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
There's
All
nothing
right,
wives
so
like more than empirical facts. I'll just bring my spreadsheet and point it to my wife and say, well, that's 100% success rate every time.
I think they also like being reminded of when they were wrong repeatedly. Remember that time, even if it
Oh
was
my
one
gosh,
time?
that was good.
Damn it, that's funny.
All right, so Wally, we talked about this last week, Chet and I did, but what do you think of Drake May's MVP chances? And are you of course you're rooting for that, but do you like the noise? Do you dislike it?
Yeah,
Wish
I
it
mean,
would
it's
stop?
legitimate. It's legitimate. Again, you set our schedule aside. It is what it is. They have zero control over that. He has been arguably the most essential cog in the wheel of going from what I consider to be the worst team in the NFL last year to arguably the best team in the NFL this year. And he is as big a cog in the wheel as anybody, if not bigger than all. So it's hard for me on that factor alone not to say he's got a legitimate shot at the NFL MVP. Matthew Stafford, I can't make an argument against him. I can't, other than to say he's throwing to Devontae fucking Adams and Puka Nacua, who are arguably two of the best 5 wide receivers in the NFL. Meanwhile, Drake May is throwing to, and I love him, a guy coming off an ACL tear and a bunch of nobodies. So, like from that factor alone, like they keep going back to the schedule, and I'm going to keep going back to the personnel around him and how much he's elevated all these guys that coming into this year, our wide receiver core was, I feel, inarguably our weak link. We all thought so. We were all concerned about it, and it's turned out to be a strength. Why is that? Because we have the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. We have, again, the MVP. I think we have the NFL MVP. You can say what you want. Now, is his offensive coordinator bringing up his gameplay? Maybe. I mean, we do have the best offensive coordinator in the NFL.
Sure do.
Is he a big factor in that? Yeah, he probably is. Are there some people downplaying that? Yes, unfortunately there are. But I'm going to sit here today and tell you that Drake May is the NFL MVP. The Patriots are the best team in football, and it's going to be clear when he does it again this Sunday against the Buffalo Bills, when they're fucking underdogs at home after going to Buffalo, beating them. Fuck you guys, us against the world. Drake May's the NFL MVP, and we're going to the Super Bowl.
Can't say it better.
Damn, all right.
Can't say it
Super
better
Bowl
myself.
prediction. Super Bowl
Cut
prediction
that and post that, motherfucker.
at 10:47 Eastern time. 10:47 Eastern time on what's today? The 13th, the 12th. Wow, Super Bowl prediction. Do you remember
I'm
who
not
you
gonna
picked at the
apologize.
beginning of the year?
Shit changes. I'm allowed to change my mind.
Of course you are. I was just
You can't
wondering.
pigeonhole me. I'm allowed to change my mind.
I'm pretty sure I wrote it down somewhere, so I'm just wondering if you remember who you picked.
I was pretty down with the Patriots coming into the year, and I regret that. I regret it. And I'm a big man. Hand up. I hand up. Yeah, I was wrong. And I'm going to stand here before you guys and put my hand up in the air and say I was wrong. I was wrong.
Question. Is there any reason Mike Vrabel, no matter what happens, we could lose every game from here on out? How is Mike Vrabel not the coach of the year?
Well, I can answer that. I can answer that because there's a guy in Chicago that's doing a pretty fucking good job too. Ben Johnson in Chicago. There's an argument to be made there. Like, I agree with you. I think Mike Vrabel is the NFL coach of the year, but I can't pick against him either because he's doing a hell of a job in Chicago.
No, I think hands down it's Vrabel.
I think so too, but you can make
Ben
an argument,
Johnson,
right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because
Chicago is not the last minute things. Like they're winning, which is good, right? Like I get that, but they're not doing the things that the Patriots are doing. Like, okay, Patriots suck in the first quarter. Okay, fine. They come out and then bam, they're fucking hitting everybody every second the next game. Like as soon as you hear what their weakness might be, we fix that weakness the next week every time. That's coaching.
Yeah, I think it's also a bit simpler than that. Do you need to go? What?
No, I just said fanboys. I didn't know if you heard me. I called you fanboys.
I think it's simpler than that, Chet. Where look at what Ben Johnson inherited when he signed. Now, granted, they signed a bunch of players as well but he had a pretty good core. You know, not a good team that was functioning as a team, but a very good core. And then what did Vrabel inherit? Like literally, we knew that they were going to double their win total, or we thought that they would, right? Which would mean they'd win, 6 or 8 games. But I mean, Vrabel inherited nothing but Drake May, and nothing else.
Yep.
So that's why
he had Doomsday, he had Swift, he had a bunch of stuff going for him that
decent offensive line, a really good defense. Like, they had a good team already. So that's why I say, and that's why the GM kept his job as well. They had a good team. He drafted well. Like the GM kept his job. It's not a new GM and coach. So I think for that reason, you have to. Vrabel tips the scale in his favor because of what he inherited and the success level that they're having right now, and it's just escalated as we.
And Elliott Wolf too.
He
took a lot of shit for last year, but like Landry, we got some Williams, we got some really good. Like Williams won't play this week, which sucks. That's to me, Wally. When we're standing there watching the game. My biggest concern is that we don't have Milt Williams, and that's going to be a problem.
When's he coming back? I haven't heard anything about it either. Like they say he's on the IR, so that's 4-week minimum. I think it's 4 weeks is up, right? This week? Is it up this week?
No, he's done. He's not in this week. He's already ruled out.
I know what I'm saying. Like, when is he out?
I think he finishes this week.
I've not heard a peep about him.
Could be back next week.
Either way, we'll be fine without him. Wally, I'm jumping on that. I'm jumping on your wagon with you. You're right. Underdogs at home, that's ridiculous after having beaten them on the road. And and Drake May MVP, we're going to the Super Bowl. I like it. I'm with you.
I love it. I love this.
Do we want to put some money on the Patriots?
Yes.
This weekend?
Absolutely. Yes. I always do. You're too busy to take my money and put money on it or place bets. So yes,
pull it up right now. Let's make some bets right here.
All right, so they're on a 10-game win streak, potential for 11. That'll be the longest in franchise history in one season, right? We already know that.
Yeah.
But it's interesting again the things that they're accomplishing mid-season, and it's stuff that they didn't do in the dynasty eras. So, like, I'm super stoked. That's also why I think it's Vrabel's award to lose. Like, depending on how they do. Same with, Drake May's got a few more games. He still hasn't had a 300-yard game, but he's been super consistent, like really
Yep.
teetering on that.
Doesn't
But
need
I
one.
think that also, again, that goes to Coach Vrabel winning the Coach of the Year, where he's, again, the team is so well balanced.
They're balanced.
They're like the 2000 Patriots, where it's all three phases. If one phase is not doing well, or has an injury, or is getting off to a slow start, the other one of the other facets, not necessarily pick up the slack, but they just make plays. They're well balanced, and
Yeah.
it's a testament to
Well
coaching.
coached.
It's a testament to the coach hiring the right offensive coordinator, but he still
I
needs
got a good
to.
pre-can. I got a good pre-can parlay. Let me tell me what you guys think of this. Patriots to win versus Buffalo straight up. Drake made plus 240 yards. Stephon Diggs plus 50
Oh,
receiving yards, and Henderson for scoring anytime TD plus 800. $10 wins 90.
I like it all
That's a
except
pretty.
for Diggs.
That's a pretty good bet.
I like it. Yep.
I like it all except for Diggs because I think the Buffalo team is going to want to stop him. So I think Pop Douglas or Keyshawn Boutte. I could
You don't
see
think he's
like,
gonna get 50 receiving yards?
I don't, but I'll go with it. Why not? I'll go with it. He had 143 last time. They're going to shut him down this time.
Chet, what's your pick the score? Tell us what you think the score is going to be. We'll go through and get our picks and then get it out of the way.
All right, fair enough. I think it's going to be Patriots 24, Bills 17.
24-17. Nice. I like it. Wally, what you got?
31-28 pass.
No
31-28.
shit. That high
I
scoring?
think
Okay.
we're gonna give
That'll
it.
be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be probably be a 3-point game as well, but it's probably gonna be I don't know. I'm gonna go 24-21. 24 is
you?
the same as Chet, but
24-21 who?
really? The Patriots.
I mean, we're the
man.
fanboys, not you. You tell us.
Patriots. I'm a fanboy too. I'm not as
well, listen,
I'm more
you have been
critical.
saying that all year long.
How's
I'm
that?
You've been
more
calling us
critical.
the fanboys.
You are a fanboy. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. You're a fanatic. You both are fanatics. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. They are my team. I criticize them equally for the things that they don't do well and for the things that they do well. And I'm not a part of the fanboy nation, because what happened in the dynasty era, that doesn't affect anything other than the guy that's coaching was a part of that, and the owner. But it's a new team where I want them to be just as excellent, but this is potentially a new dynasty or a new era that we're in. So I don't.
We're going to keep harping on a couple points that you've been stuck in the trenches about. I mean, calling us fanboys is one, and we'll set that aside. But your take
You're
on
fanatics.
Josh McDaniels is getting more ridiculous by the week, and I
Every
feel
week.
like the only argument is that you just don't want to concede that Chet and I were right all along and you were wrong.
We were.
And if that's where we're at, that's fine. I can respect that. I can respect that. I'll tip my cap. I'll move on, and I'll leave it alone. But come on. There's no objective witness that can't say our offensive coordinator is doing the best job in the NFL in terms of what he is coordinating, what he's done with that offense, Drake May's development, the wide receivers play. Like, if you can't acknowledge what he's done with that, then I don't know what to say anymore, Nate.
I said it at the beginning of this that I acknowledge that he's done a good job, but I expect more. Like, they're not in the playoffs yet. They're not in the Super Bowl. So that's, again, Wally, the only thing that the Patriots dynasties count is something that goes right here. A ring. Doesn't matter. These games don't mean anything. We're building towards that. So as soon as I'll be the first one after we win the Super Bowl and Josh McDaniels is the offensive coordinator, put my hand up and say he did a great job.
Okay, heard it.
But I won't
Recorded.
disagree. I won't recant any statement about him being able, like me thinking he's capable of better, because I think that everyone can improve at everything that they do. And they're making millions and millions of dollars. And again, I've told you before, offensive coordinators are supposed to create problems.
Can
You're
I
going to
please
sit up here. One second, Chad. I promise. This team is good. You're going to sit up here and just basically gargle on Vrabel's nuts, like Vrabel coach of the year, and you're not going to acknowledge the same for Josh McDaniels when the offense is what's winning us these football games. It doesn't seem right to me, and I'm not going to let that pass. It's slander. Josh McDaniels is not only a Patriots Hall of Famer, he might be an NFL Hall of Famer, primarily and exclusively for what he's done as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why is it
that's
that
true?
he was head coach of the Broncos for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, he
And
did.
the
He's,
and
how
he's a
can-
terrible
but he
head
got
coach.
fired.
Yep.
So why is he so good as an offensive coordinator but not as a head coach?
Because that's what
It's
he
a great
does well.
question. I don't know the answer.
No, I know exactly why. He does that really well. That's like he's like a fucking genius when it comes to that part of the ball, right? And like anybody, he wants to go further. He wants to excel at the next level. He just doesn't have it. Because when they ask him to like run a whole game plan, including defense, he thinks, okay, so as an offense, this is what I would do against this defense. So I'm gonna prepare my defense to do what I think they might do against my offense. But defensive coordinators who are truly genius, they know exactly what they're doing with their guys. They know who's in what place. They know the offense coming in. They're really more meticulous than that. Josh McDaniels is the best offensive coordinator of all time because he knows the defense coming in, but he's not that good at figuring out how to plan with the defense for an offense coming in.
Well, then I guess he also failed at delegating that task and making sure that it was done. Like,
Yeah, no, he's not a good head coach.
There's many reasons why he's not a good head coach, and there's
Yeah.
many reasons why he's as successful as he is right now because of the head coach that he has.
Yeah. Yeah. Vrabel's a big picture guy.
I mean, yes, he is. All right, so what do we think about our age, 44 years old? This guy comes off
You're
the street after
45.
five.
You're almost 46. You're 44, my ass. You're not going to
Hey.
slide that past us. You're almost
I'm
46.
I'm closer to that than 50, so that's why I say 44. All right.
40. Is it Dodge 44?
But this guy, Philip Rivers, comes off the street, gets signed. What do we think about somebody for 4 dudes that didn't play anything at a very high level, but the highest our capabilities allowed, we did. What would we think about going out, strapping our shoes on, going out
Let
and
me
doing
stop you
whatever?
right there. We have a Division One runner in our midst. You don't get to say didn't do things at a high level when you're sitting around a Division One sprinter. All right, so let's just set that aside for a second.
D1. Big D.
D1.
Sorry,
You know,
we have a
I think I
collegiate
probably-
athlete in our midst, but
I think
yes.
I probably told you this, guys. Running against the UMass Lowell guys, the big black runners, like 6'2", 6'3", and we're all in our singlets, spandex, real tight, real cold.
Hi, nothing.
And I might have won the race, but in other ways, I didn't win the race.
Did you win the
Yeah.
race?
Yeah, I won quite a bit. But like it's not subtle, man. It's like you can just see everything.
Yeah.
And compared to other people on the line, it might not have been as well endowed. So
It's all right. Your spirit was well endowed. You did all right. So let's again put it in perspective. We're gonna strap it on and go compete at the highest level that we've played at our age. How do you think that we would fare? And also, how do we think this guy he hasn't been announced a starter yet, but coming off of the street, he's going to get tackled by very large men who want to literally rip his head off. And he hasn't even been, he probably, in the last 5 years, he probably hasn't even been thrown to the ground or fallen down to the ground, let alone have somebody hit you and then land on you. So, how do we think Philip Rivers at 44 is going to do?
So I think that there's levels to this. Whereas he's coming into an offense that's operating at a high level. They got a top 3 running back in the NFL. They got a solid offensive line. They got a couple of good up and coming wide receivers. I think that I'd almost rather go that route than an up and comer third string. Like he's more, I think that he or a quarterback of his ilk, like a great, and I consider him. I don't know. I consider him an all-time great. Like he was a top 10
he's a
quarterback of his
questionable Hall of
generation.
Famer. He's
Probably a top
questionable
5
Hall of
quarterback
Famer,
of his generation.
Yeah.
I'd rather roll the dice. Like if you have a Lamborghini, I'd rather give him the keys than. I mean, like, what are the other options? Jameis Winston. I like Jameis Winston. That's not fair.
No, he's great.
He's
well, I say
W's.
that,
I
say it to say again, an average quarterback in the league.
I get you.
They may not be sacked. Let's just think about the times they're hit to the ground or they're pushed to the
average.
ground.
There's nothing average about a father of 11. That man is viral.
It's nice,
he is. That's a man among men. He's got 11 kids. Yeah, there's nothing average about that man.
I mean, I don't disagree, but how do we think this is going to turn? I don't know if he's the best choice, Wally. I don't know if he's the best.
He's
choice.
probably not. But as a 46-year-old man myself who looks amazing every single day, I have to tell people, by the way, as good as I look, I have feelings.
I'm not 30.
I have feelings. Don't treat me like an object. I have feelings. That said, I would try. At 46, I would try. If someone said, hey, come back and give it your all on the basketball court, of course I would try. But, Nate, someone hits me tomorrow, my kidney is going to explode. Like, I know that. Like deep down, I know that. So if I were the Colts, I would go with Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard was in the championship game last year for Notre Dame. Like, go with that guy. Give him a shot. I actually kind of don't understand why they decided to bring Philip Rivers back. It kind of feels like a favor because Steichen and Rivers are friends. I would go personally with Leonard just because give him a shot. What are you doing bringing Philip Rivers back? What message does that send to Leonard? I would go with Leonard.
Yeah, I agree. I do wonder. I don't think it's going to turn out well, but I'm rooting for the guy. He's one of us. He's our age. Like
he's one of us. Yeah.
We kind of grew up watching him in his heyday, and didn't like that he was a trash talker, or we did, depending on what side. But
he never swore.
He was a true leader. Like I like dudes like that. So I want him to do well. So that being said, who are the oldest top 5? Well, we'll go with 4. The oldest quarterbacks to ever play or start a game in the NFL are who?
Tom Brady.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon's one of them. Yeah.
Hey, all right.
Tom Brady.
Moon's one of them. Tom Brady.
How about the Miami guy?
Marino?
Dan Marino?
Yeah.
No, not him. Not him.
I don't think
Close
it's
enough.
He was like
He's
39.
like this close.
I think he was 39 or no, he's not. I think he was like 39 when he retired, so he's nowhere near. Brady was 45 years old.
Cunningham's up there, chat?
What's that?
Randall Cunningham? Do you think
He's got to be.
No?
Top
Johnny
4.
Unitas.
Who was the guy with the beard that played for Pittsburgh for a couple of years?
O'Donnell?
Jeff. No. Who am I thinking of?
Hey,
What about Breeze? How about Drew Brees?
Quarterback?
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees
No.
is not one. No.
Is Y.A. Tittle a guy?
So you got 2, and there's 2 more.
Brett Favre.
Nope.
He played into his 40s.
He did. Yeah, I believe he was 41, but I don't know for a fact. We know one of them. One of them backed up. I think potentially Joe Montana.
Steve Young?
No, he
Nope.
retired in his early 30s.
No, he was like, okay.
We're talking old Montana. Why not? Montana was not on the team that we loved him for.
Oh, when he was on Kansas City?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Chet.
Alex Smith? No.
No, you're
No,
right.
Alex Smith was.
You're out your mind.
Alex Smith was still in grade school, probably.
Wait, I keep saying
That's aging
Y.A.
us.
Tittle. Is Y.A. Tittle not a guy?
Doesn't sound like a
No.
guy.
He's a guy. He's a guy. Y.A. Tittle is an NFL quarterback from like the 50s.
Yeah, that's why I keep going there.
There is a guy from he played in Miami for college.
What year are we looking
He
at?
stuck around a while.
What decade?
Both of these are ones in the early 2000s. Both of them.
Oh, come on.
Late 1990s and early 2000.
Testaverde.
Yep, Testaverde's.
Oh, that's a great one, Chad. Great pull.
There's one more.
That's a great pull.
There's one more early 2000s?
Yeah.
Come on.
What team?
The Falcons. But he did. I'm 100% sure that he backed up Montana when he was in Kansas City.
Oh.
Which would have made their quarterback room very old.
Rich Gannon?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's a good guess.
Somebody similar. Yep, somebody very similar. Steve DeBerg. You remember?
I never would have guessed that.
Never come up with Steve DeBerg.
I don't think he would have either, but I believe he backed up Montana in Kansas City. Yep, Steve DeBerg. So that's the oldest is Tom Brady, 45 years.
Go again. Testaverde, DeBerg. Who were the other two?
Testaverde, Steve DeBerg. Brady, DeBerg, Testaverde. Philip Rivers would be number 4 if he starts.
If he starts
on age, and then Warren Moon is the 4th.
Who's the 6th? Who's just after him?
Oh shit!
Philip Rivers hasn't. If we're going for top 5, he hasn't done it yet.
No, Philip Rivers is in the top 5.
Oh, really?
He will be. He will be. No, he will be.
But yeah, what I'm saying, he hasn't done it yet, though. So who is currently the number 5?
They already throw.
Is it a name we've said yet?
No. Let me see.
Damn. All right, what?
Yeah,
what else we have?
It just gives me the top 5 with Vinny
Testaverde.
Yeah, it could be.
You can give us something.
Well, I was just wondering, are you guys afraid at all that Kansas City is going to come back and just destroy everybody?
100%. I'm afraid.
This is an active theme in our text thread, where I want Kansas City nowhere fucking near the playoff. Nate wants to beat to be the best. You got to beat the best. I don't want them anywhere near the playoffs. I want them to be out of the playoffs 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
What has to happen for them to be out of the playoffs?
I think they're virtually out. The question is what has to happen
this Sunday,
to be
they're
in the playoff. They have to win out. If people have to lose, any combination of that means they're out. So they're virtually statistically eliminated, barring an epic run and epic collapse.
Yeah, and they'd need some help from other teams as well. So they're not mathematically eliminated, but if everybody wins out, then they're
goddamn. Tim, nice point though, because I don't want to play them, but part of me wants to. So I'm between. I see Wally's point. They will kill us. I see Nate's point. Take out the top dog, and part of me is my mind.
I want them. Kansas City has never gone to a Super Bowl that didn't go through their home field. So they've had home field every time they've gone to the Super Bowl. So I want them. I want them to come into Foxborough. I want that. Fanboy
Oh,
Nation
Tim,
doesn't though. They're
when
too
we decided to go on a
supersistic.
trip, because I am now officially allowed to do this.
Who
You
gave
know
you
what it does?
permission?
Oh, I
What is
bought
this?
gosh darn vacation for my family, so now I'm allowed to go.
Did you notice how
You
he
could
started
say,
talking quieter when he said it?
yeah.
Because I did.
Oh,
I
she
did
can
as
say what
well.
she wants, but now it's time.
It's like
Oh,
that Key and Peele skit. Like I said, bitch. Yeah. You see that skit? You get real quiet when you say it. Anyway, what were you saying, Chet?
no. She's a monster when she wants to be, and awesome when she wants to be. I like the awesome. So got
Yeah.
it. We're Turks and Caicos. I
Turks and
can't tell the
Caicos.
kids
That's
that yet.
awesome.
We're Turks and Caicos in February, but after that, I can go to Las Vegas for a football game. I can do certain things. Tim, you in?
Uh,
I heard yes.
We all need to do a little
where
trip
are we
up
going?
there to see you, Tim, and go hiking or something. Hiking or
Dude, that'd be
I'd
camping.
love
great.
to
All
go
right,
to.
I can do
I'd
hiking.
love to go
I'll
to
do
Colorado.
hiking.
Have you guys ever been to Colorado?
I've never
I
been.
have not.
It's on my
No?
I've
bucket list.
passed
I
through.
absolutely want to go to Colorado.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, free
oh.
room and board, man. Free
So we
room
can
and
watch
Is
the
appreciate
board.
that?
that.
Patriots
Are we
beat.
sleeping out in the chicken coop with the chickens? What
No, man, I'll kick
is
my
that? The
kids
room?
out. Yeah, you just
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
increase
Hell
your
yeah.
husband rating. Make sure that that's up so you can
You got to be in the 80 percentile in order
at
to step
least
foot
at
in that house.
least. Yeah.
I like it. Are we ready for the dad joke, or do we
I'm
have
Oh
ready.
yeah,
other
let's
things
do
we
it. Let's
want to
do
talk?
that joke. I got this. I'm ready for it.
Are you sure?
Yep.
As ready as I'm gonna be.
What dad joke of the week? What's the difference between the bird flu and the swine flu?
Okay, what's the
H1
difference between
H1N1.
Huh? H1N1? No,
H1N1.
no.
bird and swine?
Oink, cluck, cluck, oink. Egg.
Fine.
I don't know.
Can I? One requires tweetment and the other an ointment. That's the dad joke of the week, y'all. Thanks for getting on. I appreciate it. Love y'all. Like and share. Follow.
That was a bad joke.